Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. In today's video, we are heading to Binh Duong in southern Vietnam. So Binh Duong is an industrial zone with plenty of factories, and we are heading to a factory that is specialized in making electric panels. So make in Vietnam, assemble here, and mostly to export worldwide. Some of the key markets are Japan, Australia, and the US, and I'm today accompanied by Pietro. Pietro has an extensive experience into electrical and electronic manufacturing, so he's gonna give us some insights. Maybe Pietro, you can start by introducing us what are some of the potential sectors that can be suitable with the factories that we are visiting today.
Thank you, Guillaume. Yes, it's a good question, and there is a lot of potential here in Vietnam indeed. Just to name few industries, construction industry, green tech is one of the things. So, for example, in the construction industry, in every house, basically, you have an electrical cabinet which has to be made. In the apartment, you have fuse boxes which needs to be wired and made. If we go into the machinery industry, if you are making production lines, you have several machineries which are controlled by electronics, and all the electronics typically is installed in one control cabinet. Maybe the newest and very important sector is the clean tech and, for example, solar panel controlling units. They are typical boxes which are weather proof and are demanding quite a lot of installation, assembly, and cabling. So having this lower cost level manufacturing in Vietnam means that it's very cost effective to produce this kind of products here.
Pietro, maybe one question, why this factory could be suitable as well for the entire value chain, and then with an approach of tiers and sourcing, meaning that you'll be having one partner that can also source the different components and also assemble them together.
That is one of the things. This factory, for example, starts from metal sheet. They are making the boxes themselves with all the surface treatment or cabinets and all the structures. Then they are assembling those products, and they have also the final testing available. So in reality, many times the ready-made cabinets are shipped directly to the installation location. There is no additional work to do, you can install it directly. The value chain is also such that you can either provide yourself your own specific components to be installed, or they can take care from A to Z, purchasing and importing everything what is needed for those cabinets, then installing them.
Thank you, Pietro, for this brief introduction. Let's now head to the factory and meet Mr. Tan, who is the chairman and managing director of this factory. So thank you, Mr. Tan, to accept our meeting today. I think it's very good that you can have part of the team, because Pietro is part of the year in Europe, but I'm physically in Vietnam with the Vietnamese team. Yeah. And so we are also very often working with the manufacturers and trying to be the bridge between the clients and the factories. So it's good that we can also meet us in person. And probably next time if I come here, I will be coming along with probably Hung, who takes care part of the project, but also someone from our team who is more responsible for the clientele. So really being the bridge between our clients and the factory, and ensuring all the production management alongside with our QC.
I and my colleague set up the company in 2002. And this year is the 20-year anniversary.
Yes, 20 already.
And the first day we work as the electrical supplier. We produce electrical panel and cable tray, cable ladder to supply for the customer in contractor. My customer is Japanese who works in Vietnam, FDI, foreign company invest in Vietnam like Toyota, Honda, Panasonic, or Canon. Yes, and in 2010, we received the support from JK in Japan. They came to Vietnam looking for the new supply chain about the ship metal parts and industrial supporting for the company to supply for the customer. And we got the first customer from Japan, and they very kindness. They request me to send the workers and engineer to Japan for training. You can see in the picture, our engineer and the worker came there to study how to make the metro park, how to run the machine, how to program. Yeah. And in 2013, we received a scholarship from EU, from Netherlands government. Yeah. And I and my marketing manager came to Netherlands to study about how to promote product to EU market. Because EU market, the customer is quite different with Japanese.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
And also we visit Germany Hanover Fair, Germany Agriculture Fair, and visit some factory in Netherlands in the tour. At the moment, we work as the two sector. It's one electrical panel and another the sheet metal parts to supply for the FDI company. We develop quite quickly. Still now we got two factories, one sheet metal part, one mechanical painting shop, and another workshop is the electrical assembly. Yeah, totally the workers till now we got on around 170 employees, including around 30 people who work as an engineer, accountant, and office staff.
Okay.
And totally around 120 workers. In workshop, 10 people work at VC gym.
So basically you provide the full service range, starting from design and planning and up to the finished tested product.
Yes, 5 years ago we deployed the 3D design. Still now we keep the SolidWorks. SolidWorks by De Jong company, a French company, very famous. And we also invest VDM system and two SolidWorks together. Still now we work at the 2D and 3D. And we have a new customer in Australia. We deployed for them the 3D design. Customer just send me a single line diagram or just a drawing. We can start from designing. It's still production and deliver.
Where is your main customer base? Is it in the Asia, Japan, or Europe, USA?
And still now, it's 70% is in domestic. 70%
domestic.
Yeah, my turnover is come from Vietnam market.
Okay.
And also 70% the customer is a foreigner customer, but they based in Vietnam.
Based in Vietnam.
They got the factory in Vietnam, like Siemens, ILS, Cable, and some company. US company, I got two customers. The turnover not so many. The US is still buy a lot from China.
Yeah, but less and less and more from Vietnam. So there is the tariffs is changing the supply chains quite a lot. So we see a lot of demand to Vietnamese supply chains also from US coming out.
And regarding the export markets, is your company more focusing on supplying to domestic companies, or are you aiming in the next 5 to 10 years to grow more in the export?
In next 5 years, my target is try to open the export market. Last year we got the new market in Australia. Yeah, we supply the enclosure for the banner builder there. We also got agreement with them. It's 1 year they will buy from us minimum $1 million Australian dollar.
Okay.
Yeah, so would like I like to open a new market. About the technology or skill to make products comply to EN standards. We fluency. We fluency with IEC standard, UK standard, EN standards. Because my machine also from Germany, from Japan, and we also train with the partner like Siemens, ABB, or Schneider. They also come from European country. So we fluency about technical we lose about the method for the production. The disadvantage because it's too far and we not fluency about the culture, the business, the policy, and the customer. So we need your presentation skill in Europe to help us. I would like to check the factory tour first before the
Yeah.
worker they will
Yeah.
opt the We got the 5 production line. This line, you will see that the new line, we make the aluminum profile. We process aluminum profile for the FDI in Vietnam. Yeah. The profile will be cut, punching, angle cutting, and welding, grinding before move to the painting shop. Yeah. This is the first line. And another, we got the 4 line for Chipito Park. Raw material will stay here. We go there. Yeah. This line is the Germany technology. It's quite new on modern machine. Still less than 5 years. Run very fast. Maybe the fastest in the world. Yeah. Some machine. Yeah, some machine the fastest in the world.
So, Mr. Tan, a machine like this, what's the price of this machine? Like roughly?
I don't know, but maybe 200, 300,000 euro. Yeah, around like that. It depends on the big size or the small size or the new one, and many options. Yeah. And after the punching and cutting there, they will go there for ending.
So still part of the work here are quite manual. It's a mix between manual and machine. Yeah.
This is the electrical, running by electrical is quite fast and friendly with the environment. Before the on technology, the hydraulic, now the electric motor. The reason we don't make the robotic is because we receive the order 1,000 bits. It's many different size. So
Yeah.
one day we make around 300 box,
Yeah.
but maybe 200 size, different size.
Okay.
If we make a robotic, it's have to take time for a
Programming all the time, yeah.
So sometimes work by hand faster than automatic. Yeah, because many kind, many products, many dimensions.
Okay.
This area is welding bay. You will see the worker. You see this one, the new technology, laser welding. Laser welding. Yeah. So we weld fast and the welding line beautiful. You don't need to grind again.
Is it this one?
This is the laser welding.
Oh, yeah.
You will see the laser welding.
Yeah.
Laser welding, the line is very beautiful and
Yeah.
thin, and you don't need to grind
Yeah.
or you don't need to take up.
Exactly
or
the
anything.
size
Yeah.
was needed.
And this one is normal welding. Yeah. Yeah. This one is big welding. If big welding, we have to grind.
Grind, yeah.
So laser welding, we can omit the one process. And after weld, we go here for grinding, and you will see it before welding. Now finish. Yeah. This one no grinding, no cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one finish. Yeah. They are another line, and we got Isolic fiber laser machine. It's very convenient to make the technical parts. Yeah. It run. You can see it run real time. You can see the diagram.
And so this one is from
From Switzerland.
Switzerland? Okay. So you have, the first one was Germany?
Yeah, the first line is Germany.
Germany.
This is the line number 4. That
Switzerland machine, okay. And this machine is how old? Is it also less than 5 years or
around 5 years.
5 years old? pretty advanced technology, and then you use also automated line.
This is the fiber technology. It's faster, and we don't use a lot of gas. We don't use not many gas. Yeah, so we can sell energy, sell gas. Yeah, and run faster. The thickness is 4.5 mm. My steel 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, and this machine can cut up to 25 mm thickness. My steel. The worker they also can program in. They do the nesting. Yeah, they do the nesting. Yeah, this sheet is one sheet of the steel, one sheet of the steel, and we put the robin on there. So we try to nest.
Optimizing.
To optimize,
Yeah.
to minimize the waste material.
Yeah.
As you will see, we make a big box. This one is very small box.
Yeah.
And even one piece like that, we also produce for the customer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't mind about the big order or small order.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to service the customer as much as possible. Even a very small piece like that.
Can you go even smaller, or
Yeah,
you have a minimum?
I have some, yeah. Maybe just this $1, $2, I willing to do.
We might need in the near future something.
The topper,
Ah,
the topper.
bush bars.
Yeah, this one we produce for Siemens Vietnam. Siemens Vietnam.
Are you also cutting them, or do you get them like this from the supplier?
No, I make from on.
You make it
Yeah.
from the rod.
Yeah, I buy the long
Okay, yeah.
4 meter, 3 meter, and
Yeah.
we cut and we punch in or bend in.
Yeah.
So it's been two pieces assembled here, welding or no?
I don't know, maybe they will bend on. I just to follow the customer design.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what it is.
What is it that you said?
What it is
Yeah.
used for.
Are you doing the galvanizing yourself?
No, this one we buy the galvanized steel
Okay.
and just only punching and bending.
Punching, yeah,
finish.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We have to buy the galvanized steel before.
Who is the responsible for the galvanizing quality? You or the other company? You. Or-
When we import, we have the PC part. They
Okay.
have to check
Yeah.
the thickness of the manai. They check the appearance,
Yeah.
visual inspection,
Yeah.
and thickness.
Yeah.
And sometimes we check the random.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
send to the
Yeah.
laboratory
Take
to make
you,
a
yeah.
plan.
Ah,
If
okay.
the comply with their testable or not.
Yeah.
Of course, the supplier they have to send us their test report, factory test report.
Yeah.
But sometimes we check the sample,
Yeah.
random check the sample to make the third party test to make sure that their quality they comply with the customer requirement.
So once again, you have full service for everything. So,
Yeah.
which is good.
And you will see we got a lot of small parts. Yeah. Many pieces. Yeah. We put here and when another part is coming, we will weld on it or revetting or glue. Yeah. Depend on the customer design. We sometimes we don't follow over. We don't come in deeply about it. This machine just only for one customer.
Just one
Yeah,
customer.
because
Okay.
they have the big order, the everyday work.
So this is the
Right in. Right.
related to the QC. Do you have like one step, one QC, or the quality control?
Quality control that not every step, but we from like before grinding, we check the method, and after grinding, we check the appearance, and with the painting, we got another step.
So it's visual QC.
Yeah. before painting, we clean and conditioning and post washing for the steel flat. Yeah. We got a 7 steps. One, the water cleaning, and another second step, first step, so totally 7 steps before
Seven.
we dry. Yeah. Number one, we call it steel flat, have some oil. So we clean oil. Yeah, the step. Yeah, clean oil. Then go to step number 2, the cleaning by water.
How long is this?
3.2, 3.2, and 1.3 or 1.4.
Okay, yeah.
The maximum. If your product longer, we have to
Yeah.
put in 2 times.
2 times, yeah. But you can still do.
After this,
Now to powder coating line. One line we run by automatically by conveyor. It's every round like that around 30 minutes. 30 minutes. You can see they inside they got automatic painting. Painting gun is inside. The worker will hook the product here and run around the painting. And over there is make the oven. It's 200 degrees. Yeah, it runs 30 minutes. You can finish one round. And indicate up with the last dimension. We go there. It's manual light. Yeah, worker they will pan on there. Yeah, by manual. Cứ làm bình thường.
this is ready to be shipped.
Yeah.
At this stage, it's ready.
This
So
one,
just basic. You protect just like that, just basic.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Because we deliver shortly around.
Yeah, domestic. Yeah, one here. Yeah, okay.
And this product is mainly for the hand-on similar like that, for the cable, for lighting.
And at this stage, if the client asks, we can have a QC here, final inspection here. You check, no?
We got a QC team that will come here to check that. Yeah. Okay, come in. After produce the enclosure and painting, we move here for symbol assembly. Yeah. You will see the design. This panel is this is my engineer design based on the customer idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
This you can source in Vietnam.
Yeah, we buy from Vietnam, but making China.
Make in China,
Also,
yeah. This one.
yeah, also we buy on in Vietnam. Even the steel glass we also buy in Vietnam. And this one, the hot dip and one knife, we outsource from the factory is quite near here, next door. We weld in, and then we move to for hot dip and one knife.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a design, the IP56. This means that they prevent to water and also sun.
Sun and
Yeah.
dust.
So they install additional one sun shade in front and the side to cover to prevent the heat, to prevent the sunlight
Okay.
directly
Yeah,
come to.
yeah. So there is an air in between.
Yeah,
so
the
yeah,
air in between
yeah.
around that. You will see quite trend. But finally, they have another cover to put on there.
This one. This one you can source locally as well.
Yeah,
or you buy from China.
Yeah, we buy from this one stainless steel. Yeah, we buy from China and we buy from Australia. Yeah, depend on the customer requirement. If they specify the model number, we have to buy correctly with their requirement.
At this step, you have any QC?
Not yet. The QC team they will come after they finish. Yeah.
We got the, you see that we got the 100 pieces of the EV charger. This with the stand, the bottom stand. So we waiting there, send the equipment from here, and we assemble.
Bottom stand for what?
For the EV charger.
EV charger. Okay, yeah.
Another project also in Australia. This is almost finished, but the QC team they will come in to check tightening and earthing around in or something. Yeah. This one we have no paint. Yeah, this one stainless steel 30316. So we have to stick the protect film like that to prevent the cracks or any damage. Yeah. And before packing ship out, we will take it up. So at this time we have to cover that.
So this is Rittal.
We have to buy that because we cannot pack it, and the customer they require much buy from that. We buy from Germany, and we have to send by air freight. It's very expensive.
Air freight.
Yeah, because the delivery time, if I ship by sea, maybe 2 months or delay.
Yeah.
And you will see that we have to ship on the airplane a lot of like that.
Okay. Do you know if Rittal is producing in China, for example?
This series the Pioneer.
So it's on the
US
main factory only. Okay.
This time they got 2 series, TSX and VX25. So this series, the VX25, is still new in European countries. So they just released the new factory to China, but not sell. Maybe a few months later.
This one has some electric part. Maybe it could be interesting.
This one, my electrical panel. That's the finished product. Yes. This one, the main switchboard. Yeah, main switchboard. And this one, the control panel. Okay. Yeah. This one, withdrawable type. Yeah. And this one, the control panel for PLC panel. Yeah. Maybe the wooden manufacturer, they need the panel similar like that, including the inverter to control the motor and the PLC for programming and another facility.
So, for instance, for a project like this, you'll be in charge of working with the different EMS companies, right? And then you buy from them, and then you assemble everything here. Okay.
Depend on the customer requirement on if they want Siemens, they want Mitsubishi, or they want Schneider or ABB, we will follow their design, and we build up the panel like that, and we buy components from suppliers in Vietnam. Yeah, they got the office, they got the company in Vietnam. We buy quite easy. Yeah.
And related to all those certificates, because you are the manufacturer yourself, those certificates can be somehow.
Before deliver, we got the one process we call the FAT, Factory Acceptance Test. This means that we have to test everything, even electrical function. We power turn on this panel. If we test the function, we test the program, and finally we issue the report case by case, which one correct or something. And we also invite the customer come to witness when we made a test. Yeah. This room is quite messy, but this is we seal printed.
Silk printing.
Yeah, you will see the box, electronic box, semiconductor box. Yeah, after we process, the ship is for welding, we painting, galvanize, and then we move here for seal printing. Yeah, this one the box. This one one of the product we for the US customer. They got a factory here, so they assembly electronic PCB board inside. Yeah. And also this is the generator control panel. This is the film shield skin. This plus 1, 2, 3, 4.
For color, okay.
Yeah.
If the person want to have like 3D, not 2D printing, but 3D, maybe in
Engraving,
yeah.
we have the machine.
you can engrave and after paint. Yeah. Just for the feeling of touching,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And you can see that when we bring on the stainless steel and aluminum.
Yeah.
On aluminum. This one aluminum and this one stainless steel.
Okay.
Of course, before printing, we have to process by cleaning or anodize or something.
So we are now on the way back after visiting Mr. Tan and his factory in Binyung. My personal takeaway, when you go inside the production line, you see that everything is super clean, super well maintained. Everything is in order, and it's often what you find in foreign direct owned factories. This factory used to be owned by Japanese. Now it's a joint venture between some Japanese shareholder and then Vietnamese managed. So you see this type of workshops, and it was a very interesting perspective about how Mr. Tan is managing his operation, and then also his expansion and his plan into going more into foreign markets, US and Europe particularly. What was your takeaway, Petro, from this visit?
I've known Mr. Tan and this factory over 10 years already, and I have seen them growing and developing the technology. And I think it's a very good factory indeed. They can provide you the service, what you need, and they are meticulous with their operations. So quality is good, delivery times are good, and also they have all different options you might need in terms of procuring the products or just making the cabinets without assembling and so on. So they are aiming also to grow, which is important. We are looking also for factories which are hungry for new business and new customers.
Thank you, Petro, from your insight today. You can check below in the description more details about our product and services. If you want to reach us out, you find everything below. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Been down and I'ma get it right. Down sight like